the gift or curse of telepathy. What is telepathy? Some people are unnerved by it, thinking that there's people walking around just jumping into their brains and pulling out information and spying on them. And from my experience, telepathy is more of a receiving from somebody, a flow of information comes through, and then I'm able to ask them to visualize, and I can then jump in to their visual energy and walk around with them. So it's a bit of astral travel, remote viewing, telepathy, and clairvoyance all combined together to do item recollection, where you put something, where something is. You may not know where it is because it could have just fallen out of your pocket. And that item, though, is connected to you energetically, and there's energy there, even though the item may be paper, like a checkbook or a wallet. And a credit card holder that holds a bunch of credit cards, that's metal. And I've had several different, I'm going to give you 3 examples of 3 different times I used telepathy with remote viewing and kind of astral travel, because I feel like I'm right there walking around with the people. So first I had this vision. I had a client come to me and he couldn't find his metal wallet to put his credit cards in so that people can't get information. It's like a special wallet. And I was like, well, I'm seeing it in something that's dark, and I'm seeing it slide. So it had all these, it had quite a ride to finally get to be seen again. And then I saw it like up on its end, and I saw the inside of a truck that was painted blue, and there's a hole about the size of a silver dollar in it, a bit bigger than a quarter. And he goes, oh, well, I know which truck that is because yesterday my mechanic drilled a hole that size in the door to fix something inside the truck door. And I'm like, okay, so now we know that that wallet is in that truck, or has been in that truck. And then I'm like, well, now I see it on with a bunch of stacks of paper, and it feels like it's in a house. And then I was like, okay, now it feels like it's in a glove box. And so he ultimately found it, and it was inside of a metal case where he puts invoices. So inside of that, his metal credit card wallet, he put it in there, but he forgot, and it was in a hidden spot within it. So it was in the truck, in the door, in the back seat, in the glove box, in the kitchen, because he carried it into the kitchen. And ultimately he did find it. And then I had another person call me for a child, a missing son. Actually, the child was more of a young adult. And I could see him near water and metal fencing and a very low concrete ceiling. And it turned out he was, at this point, she wasn't sure if he was alive or not. And I felt him, he was very sick, had like flu-like symptoms. And but he was alive. And turns out he was under a freeway in a culvert, kind of where water is near, and fencing. So everything I saw was there. So that was remote viewing. I felt him being really sick, and he had been really sick. And his teeth were in really bad shape. But that gave her peace. And then once you feel good, because I can also sense whether or not there's a reason to be really disturbed about this thing being misplaced, or if you're close to it and you're going to find it. In fact, the guy with the credit cards, he was just about to call all his credit card companies when he found the wallet. So that was a big relief because he didn't want to have to go through all that bother. And I do draw while I do these readings, so this is kind of guiding me I set my ego aside, I set my thinking brain aside, and I let the messages come through. And this is the way to describe telepathy for you in a different way than you may have known of before. When I do readings with people, I can see their vision of what they're trying to say, and I can help them say or remember or verbalize what they're trying to say. So I had somebody call me 3.5 hours after searching for a wallet, and I got him to be calm. And one of the things I tell you to do, so if you do misplace anything, you can say, all the angels in heaven, surround me, protect me, guide me, help me see what I'm supposed to see, help me hear what I'm supposed to hear, help me feel what I'm supposed to feel, help me say what I'm supposed to say. Thank you for helping me and guiding me, all that you have and that you are guiding me to right now. And I demand that I find this item right now. And within, I think it was less than 7 minutes, and I saw his wallet in a place where there's metal, and it kind of was on its end, and it was on a bed frame. So who knows how long it would have taken him to locate it if he didn't call in his guides in that way. So his wife was the one who called me right before I went live just now, and she was missing her checkbook and going all around, and I was seeing in all the bags that she was flipping through, and then I went, you need to sit down somewhere and not be looking for it while we talk. So she was able to gather herself enough calmness to sit down, and then I said, I had her do what she did. She wrote the check. She took pictures of it. She put it in the checkbook. And then that's where her mind just went into amnesia. So I had her go a little bit further than that. And then I asked her questions because I saw a bag. And I said, do you have a bag that stands up, has flowers on it, has a zipper on the top and a handle? That's where I see it. And then a few minutes later, that's where it was. So telepathy can be used to help you to receive information from people who maybe are nefarious, who don't have your best interest at heart. So saying that prayer, asking to always see what you're supposed to see and hear what you're supposed to hear and feel what you're supposed to feel, because telepathy is not just audible or hearing, it is also feeling a little bit of that as well. So I hope this helps you to feel a little bit better about telepathy. I will do another recording to talk about my life being a very telepathic child and the complications that can arise from having this wonderful and sometimes annoying gift. I hope that you found this video beneficial, and I look forward to getting to know you better at clairerowley.com. Thanks for watching. Bye. Mwah.